Perfect. Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, July 14th, 2022, and I am so happy to be here. I am so grateful for this space. Thank you, Kelly, for creating this community for all of us here to learn and step into our future. And I'm actually going to invite everybody to show your video, turn on your video. My training calls are interactive. It's not just me talking. This is actually a conversation between me and you and you and me and us and everybody. So I'm just so happy to be here and just share. So if this is your first call joining with me, Lizelle, welcome. I am a manifestation mentor, divine purpose coach. I'm a speaker, I'm a trainer. I do all this really fun stuff, basically helping women step into the life that they were born to live and empower all of us to create from that space of our truth and not just out of fear and need, because we are so much more than that. So let me have you guys type 1111 in the chat to get this started. We're going to start with some high vibes. 1111 for me reminds me of a French door, and seeing those vertical lines next to each other, it looks like it's about to open up for us and have those doors of opportunity open. It's all about giving ourselves that love and that space and that grace to walk forward in what is opening up for us and moving into that alignment. Yay! All right, so today we are talking about manifesting with water. Yes, we've got water, H2O. I've got rose quartz in this one and just a regular glass of water. So you can do this anywhere and you don't have to have like super special tools, except for the magic in your heart and the intention that you carry with you. But let's dive into the basics of manifesting, the properties of water, in case you guys, I don't want to go too deep right away. We go down the rabbit hole if we want, but let's start with basically knowing that our planet is like 75% water. And so our world is actually affected by the moon, right? We all know this. The other thing too is that humans, we are also like 70 to 80% water. Yes, we're physical, we can touch things, but when you look through a microscope and you look at our cells are mostly water. It is mostly space. So interesting. So knowing that our bodies and the planet that we live on is mostly made out of water, it would benefit us to actually learn about water. And so water has so many magical, amazing things. It is the thing that gives us life. If we did not have water, we would be dehydrated and dead. Kind of like that frog that got run over a couple of days ago. It's just a block away outside my house. My kids are obsessed with that disgusting frog. But yeah, it's all about water, and water gives life, and water actually carries life in it. But today, I know that we're all over the place and doing different things. So if you are able to, go ahead and take a seat or sit on the floor. I'm going to bring you through what I call my ground and center. And I do this for all of my training calls and all of my coaching calls. And it's an invitation to step into your pocket of you right here, right now. And if you own a business or you're doing something for work where you have to speak in front of people, or maybe make a cold call or something like that, I invite you to also ground and center yourself so that you can express yourself truthfully when you're on the phone or in front of people. All this requires is 2 minutes and you sitting on your butt. So when you're ready, I invite you to take a seat and close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, get really comfortable. And what I mean by that is, if you're in a chair, put your feet flat on the floor, and you could do this with your eyes closed so you can really connect with your body. And what I do is I will take my thigh flesh and kind of unscoop it from beneath my bottom, so that my sit bones actually carry my physical weight and not everything is stressing on my hips. Women tend to carry our stress and our anxiety in our hips. So give your hips a break and allow yourself to sit comfortably. If you have a back of your chair, rest into it and just be here for a moment, acknowledging your body holding you and acknowledging the ground and your seat supporting you. And now together, with our eyes closed, let's take 3 deep breaths together. So we will inhale through the nose and release out the mouth. Breath number 2, inhale through the nose and release out the mouth. Breath number 3, inhale through the nose, deep breath. And hold at the top. And slowly release out the mouth. Noticing any tingles in your body. Noticing any thoughts that want to come into your mind and gracefully allowing them to leave your mind, coming back to your body. Thanking yourself for this moment, for taking this moment to be with you in your space. Go ahead and place both hands on your heart and just say thank you to yourself, or thank me, thank you, thank me. Because so often we forget to take time for ourselves. And I'm so grateful that we get to share this moment together. With our hands on our heart, we're going to do one collective breath in. Inhale through the nose. And audible sigh, release out the mouth with me. Placing your hands back down. And just feeling this moment. Wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. And if you want, roll your head and your shoulders. And when you're ready, open up your eyes and come back to our Zoom room. That was nice. And when you're ready, go ahead and type in the chat how you're feeling. Jessica, I love that. I love that yawn. That is beautiful. That is your parasympathetic nervous system, feeling the love, feeling relaxed. Go ahead and type any word, any emotion that is coming to you in this space. You got feeling amazing, relaxed. I needed that after my gym session. Yes, you're welcome. Calm, relaxed, peaceful. Perfect. Yes. Oh, and it is in this space that we are present to ourselves, that we are here in this moment together, sharing and learning about manifesting. And today our tool is water. So if you just joined, go ahead and grab a glass of water. Make sure it is glass and not plastic. Ceramic is okay, but today I really want to use glass. Vibing high, extremely calm. Yes, yes. Too often we get caught in our mind. We get caught in our head with the anxiety and worries about what we need to do, our list of things that we have to do, all the things that we didn't do, all the things that we think that we need to do in order to get something done. And so we live up here. And when we do an exercise like this, grounding and centering, it gives us that opportunity to drop back down into the physical, where we live on this physical planet, and actually give ourselves the opportunity to take the actions that are required to make all of that happen. It all comes from here, our intention, and it's all about where we're coming from. Like everything is energy. Kelly was talking about that yesterday, and it's about the energy that we infuse into our words and into our life that creates it. Yes, hustle also works. Taking massive action works. But what is the hustle and the massive action without the right intention to actually bring it there, right? If we're too busy hustling and doing, we're going to get tired. What is going to allow you to reach that goal if it's just based on the doing? Without that vision, without that intention, without the greater view, we can easily give up. We can easily say, oh, I'm so tired, I'm done, and just throw in the towel. But when we actually put that energy into it, that's when things fly, that's when things grow, that's when things expand and multiply and become bigger than even the vision that you have in your mind. Energy is literally everything. Like the way that you style your hair. Okay, really quick. So my hair right now is kind of like smooth and okay. But if I like did this, it would look like kind of crazy, right? So the energy of my hair just shifted to like, right? And so same thing with your words, same thing with how you talk about your business, with how you talk about your relationships, with the way you talk about money. When we're looking at manifesting something with something else involved, right? Like love, like a relationship, or money, right? The idea of money, it's a concept, it's a construct of money. Nothing is health. When we're manifesting health, like, yes, love and money and health, but what is that? That's so broad. If we're at a restaurant and the server comes and says, what do you want? And you're like, I'll have food, thank you. They're like, yeah, but what do you want? A pizza? Do you want a salad? Do you want a sandwich? Like, what do you want? And you're like, I want food, thank you. They're gonna walk away like, I don't understand what they want, so I'm not gonna give them anything. And that's how the universe works as well. Okay, so I don't know how many of you are manifesting love, money, or health, but if you are, let's get clear with what exactly you mean. So just raise your hands. How many of you are manifesting love in some way? Okay. Okay, great. Okay. So I actually, I just recorded a podcast with another girl on her podcast. It's called Breakthroughs for Breakfast. And I thought that was super cute. And we were talking about manifesting love, and I shared how I manifested my husband. But with love, it's all about like, how clear can you get? Because if you're saying, I'm manifesting love, and then the next week you're surrounded in puppies, like really cute ones, and you love them, but you're like, I wanted a relationship. Like I wanted a man who loves me and respects me and cares about me and feeds me and all these things. But you're surrounded in puppies. You're going to be so disappointed. You're going to be so confused. You're going to be so upset that your manifesting didn't work. But the love that was given to you was actually in the form of 12 beautiful, like fully loving, joyful puppies. But because that's not what you were intending, you're disappointed. It sucks. Ugh, this doesn't work. But let's get clear, right? So let's get clear. What is it that you're manifesting? Is it love in a relationship? Is it love in your family? Is it just like love for the world? Is it love for yourself? What does love mean to you? And I'm going to invite you now. We'll take a minute to write that down. What does love actually mean to you? The love that you're manifesting, since the majority of the room is doing that. What does that mean? What does that look like? When I say love, like when you say love, what do you actually mean? Because there's 10 quadrillion definitions of love. What is that specific type of love that you're manifesting? And don't be shy. Don't be shy. Write it out. Get super clear. Really ask for what you want. And I will share that when I was manifesting my husband, I included bonuses. Like, oh, it would be a bonus if he spoke different languages, and it would be a bonus if he played a musical instrument. Me thinking here, yeah, he could serenade me. And yeah, when I found him, he had everything on the list except he did not speak another language and he didn't play a musical instrument. So get super clear, okay? If you're manifesting money and you get $1, are you gonna be upset or are you gonna celebrate? Were you actually manifesting $1,000? Were you manifesting money that comes to you from different sources of income? Are you manifesting unexpected cash? Are you like, what is it, right? If you're manifesting, what was the other one? Health. Health where? Health in your body, health in your mental state, health in your bank account, health in your relationships with your parents. What does that mean? And I know it's so easy to scroll and forget what we're thinking about, but this call is really giving you an opportunity to get clear. So for those of you who would like to ground this, go ahead and share a couple of things from your page that you just wrote out. What does love mean to you? And I would love to even help you get clearer and clearer so that it feels good, because we're going to manifest something today. So I want to make sure that as you go into this exercise, we're feeling good, we're feeling clear, we're feeling supported and confident. That's huge with manifesting. If you're manifesting and you're doubtful, you're going to get something back that you're not quite sure about. Let's see. Yes, where your focus goes, energy flows, 100%. Okay, so Jessica's saying unconditional love. Seriously, you make me want to write it down like a genie. Yeah, that is what it is. That is what we're doing here. Unconditional, protective, and respectful to defend for women, period. Yeah. Allows me to live my authentic self without judgment. Yes. Someone who cares for me mentally and physically. Yes. Someone who respects me and brings me joy. Yes. Yes. Do you see how this is different than just LOVE? Do you feel how much clearer this is? Like you're actually telling the server, like I call it the universal server. Yes, please bring me a man who, and then, is it a man or a woman? Okay. Bring me somebody who cares for me mentally and physically, somebody who respects me and brings me joy. The server is going to go, okay, would you like fries or salad with that? You're like, both, please. And they're like, okay, thanks. And then they're off, right? That's how it works. That's literally how it works. And most people think positive and positive things happen. And now, maybe for a little bit, but that's another call. Someone who can help me grow within myself to become one. What would you like? Yes, I will have someone who can help me grow within myself to become one, please. Perfect. Would you like fries or salad with that? Both. Got it. Do you feel that? Do you feel that better than food? I'll have food. Yeah. Sarah, is it okay to describe him as sweet or sweet? Yes. You know what? I'm going to manifest my list again. I lost it when we moved. It's somewhere in here. But I actually, like when I was manifesting my husband, I was in a very bad place. I was 28. I think I was 28. And I just got out of this toxic relationship, long distance relationship. He went crazy. And anyway, I was like, I'm done with men. I'm done. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to date. I'm going to stay single my entire year of being 29. I'm going to be single. And then, so my birthday is at the end of the year. So it's like January, February, March, April, May, June, like August. Okay, maybe I'm ready to look at a relationship, but I want to get married. I actually wanted to get married. So in here too, are you looking to get married? Are you looking for a relationship where you're going to be together and walk life together and create and build together? Or is this, just the next step in your evolution of discovering who you are in relationship with others. Like, what is this for you? When I was 29, I was like, okay, I'm ready to get married. I'm going into my 30s and I want somebody who's serious and grounded, not just some cute guy at a bar who thinks I'm cute too, because I'm done with that. And I remember including things like he's at least 5'8" and my husband's 5'9". I love Hapa boys, which means half Asian, half something else. My husband is half Chinese and then part German, part Japanese. So he's all mixed. I'm like, okay. And I was like a thin, like not like super thin, but like thin build versus like a big dude. And he's skinny. And so, oh, and I even said, and wears glasses because I think that's cute. That's like a little thing that I think is cute. And he has glasses sometimes. So he'll put on the glasses sometimes and I get this face on and it's just fun. So get as clear and detailed as you want. The more clarity you have when you come from that space of like, no, I really want this versus that would be nice. Or if you go too far of like, he has to be a billionaire, then look at how extreme that is. What is on the other side that may come? This is part of the entanglement that we'll get into another call. But right now it's, what is it that like lights you up? What, when you close your eyes and you think about love or money or health, what are those details that you can include that bring that little smile to your face where you're like, yeah, I would love that. I would actually really love that. Put that down, write it down. Don't be afraid. If you are not clear with it and you try to create details, it causes a little bit of chaos. So if you're in a place where you're like, I don't actually know, then take some time to reflect with yourself, like, what do I like about men? Or what is most important for me about health? Or how do I want to feel when I have all those commas after, in my bank account? And actually like feel it and write it down, because the magic is in the feeling. Follow the feeling. Not so much the emotion, that's a little bit different, but follow that feeling, that pull. Okay, do you guys know what I'm talking about? See, someone I can grow with and become successful with. Yes, someone who can help me be the best me and accept my flaws. Ooh, someone who respects me and not judge me for who I am, gives me good advice and be there by my side. Someone who can accept my goal, ambition, ways, and to help me mentally and allow me to enjoy the moments in life. Someone I can spend hours with and still enjoy his company. Yes. Yes. Do you feel I'm feeling inspired? My dog is very excited. No, there's somebody picking up something I think. And then someone sharing, what helped me is the experiences with men in my life. I would manifest the opposite of what I didn't like. Yeah. Manifesting is so interesting because there's two sides to everything. And this is what I wanted to show you today with how to get clear with manifesting is, let's get clear. But then if there's doubt, don't try to like push away the doubt, just like rise above the doubt and write what feels good to you. Okay, we've got manifesting a man who loves me for me, can cook because food is my love language, speak a different language because I'm a sucker for accents, and the same or more powerful mindset as me. Yeah, is my protector, is always there for me. Are you girls feeling this? And when I need him, he loves to travel. A man who can help me build a true and happy home while we grow old together. A man who is mixed around 5'9" to 6 feet tall with beautiful different eye colors for me. Has to respect me, but also be able to ground me when I go too far. He has to be just as ambitious and successful as me. Oh my gosh, sounds like a dream. Yes, thank you, sister. She said that last part was to help those who are unsure of what to write. Yeah, and so I'm even thinking right now, girls, like feel free to screenshot the chat. because this is a really great way to practice and give yourself inspiration. And then let's share it in the chat too for the girls who weren't able to come, because the chat doesn't get saved with the video. And take everything that you're learning here and share it with any of your people, your tribe, your friends who are into this and want to learn how to manifest. This is what this is all about. It's really about this co-creative space where we get to share what we're learning, share what we're doing, and just help each other rise. This is the whole point of this. Yes. Let's talk after. And also, for those of you who this is your first call, I love meeting you all. So send me a message and let's chat. I want to know like what your dreams are, your intentions, what you're doing here. And if there's anything that I can support you with, just or send me a DM, how to manifest on Instagram. Perfect. So I want to know by a raise of hands, how many of you got more clarity on how to manifest and how to actually set your order with the universe when you want something, whether it's love, money, health, travel, things like that. Okay, good. Yes, perfect. All right. So now that you're clear, let's look at where water comes into play. So tell me, is water cloudy or is it clear? Clear. I can see your mouth. Yeah, it's clear. If it was cloudy, we would not be drinking this. Be like, no, no, thank you. Water, the integrity of water is very, very, very high. So when we're manifesting with water, make sure that the integrity of what you're manifesting is also very, very high. So no doubt, no fear, right? It's just that love. It's that joy. It's that knowingness. It's having that clarity piece with what you're manifesting and creating, because you're putting 2 and 2 together. So if you want to, let's say you want to drink this water, but you also want to add something to it, would you want to add something that would take away from the water, or would you want to add something that either matches it or creates synergy with water? The latter, right? I know I said a lot of words. Yes, the benefits. So when we're manifesting with water, this is a really fun exercise. Just know that you can do this anywhere, and it's best with glass because it doesn't absorb and there's no chemicals like the BPA and stuff. But I wanted to share with you, I actually have a book, but my friend's borrowing it. It's called Hidden Messages in Water. And there is this doctor, his name is Dr. Masaru Emoto, Japanese. And I'm going to share my screen here. All I did was Google Dr. Masaru Emoto water. And what he did, what this doctor is famous for, is his experiments with water and words. And so right here, I'll just pick this one. You can see these are words that he had different water bottles or like glasses of water. And he put a word, like he wrote a word on a piece of paper and taped it to the container of water. This one had the word compassion on it. And what they did is they would freeze the water and zoom in and look at the water crystals. This is what the water looks like, the crystal with the word thank you. This is wisdom. This is what heavy metal music made water do. This is what the statement, I will kill you, made water do. You fool, made water look like this. And then this was water before a Buddhist prayer and then water after the Buddhist prayer. So the main takeaway from this is that water is programmable. Water is programmable. Okay. So if you are loving somebody and expressing that love, if you are practicing self-love and you are truly being loving to yourself, this is what the water in your body looks like under a microscope. It's this beautiful geometrical shape. And if you're thankful and you're expressing thanks, this is how it looks. But if you're here thinking that you suck and that you're stupid and you're sending hate to somebody, this is what happens in your body. And this is not healthy. And this is probably why you may be going through health issues, because everything is connected. And when we choose the higher vibration, we will get the higher vibration. Everything is connected. Everything is energy. So be clear and be intentional with what vibrations you're sending out into the world, because this isn't just about, you know, how other people think of you. And this includes like karma, and not just, oh, you know, you do something bad's going to happen. It's like you are the creator. Like we create our lives with what we create in ourselves. Here's another, let's see, let's look at some other ones. Yeah, this is the book if you're interested. It's got so much good stuff in it. But yeah, here's another one he did with rice. You idiot. And it turned all brown and gross and blah. I don't know what's here and here, but you can see that that's what that did. There's so many experiments out there about water. And I just wanted to show you that. So let's end with love. Yes. Okay. Love. So as we're manifesting love, imagine this, like just look at this and just feel how it wants to bring you in, right? It's just like, ah, that's pretty. And our eyes are attracted to things of beauty. And so when you are being beautiful to yourself inside and embodying that beauty, guess what's going to come running towards you? More of that. Okay, so it's not think positive things happen. It's embody the frequency, embody that, and then more of that will come. Okay, so just wanted to put that, some clarity in there with that. Any questions or any like anything, any comments on that with water? Yeah, and Dr. Joe Dispenza said that too. Yep. So the name of the book is called The Hidden Messages in Water. And I will type his name, Dr. M.A. Masaru, M-A-S-A-R-U, Imoto, I-M-O-T-O. I learned so much from there. And I don't teach about water, but just having that understanding that we are water and that we could create all of this is like pretty powerful. So that's why when we can program the water and we drink it, which is what we're going to do, we can create magic. And also, I love that Kelly already created these crystals inside the bottle for us. So we don't have to do it all the time. We can just program the crystal or just use the natural properties of the crystal to put into your body. So for this, we can pick a word or a whole statement or description of what we're manifesting, or we can also just program this with gratitude for everything that's coming. So however you guys feel, go ahead and hold your glass of water. And just for the sake of practice today, we can just tell your water, and like, it's a being. This is weird, but like, this is another thing. It's not just water. Okay. So there's life in here. There's energy in here. Just know that. And so I invite you now to just say, I'm grateful, or gratitude, or I'm grateful for whatever you're manifesting, or I'm grateful for this moment. Just whatever feels good to you, include gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you're going to hear me say mine. So I'm so grateful for all the opportunities coming my way. I am so grateful for this life. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and so go ahead and do the same. We're just speaking life and love into this creation that we're all co-manifesting together. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, and when you're ready, girls, let's cheers. Cheers. Bottoms up. And I want to know your experience because I don't know about you, but on my first couple sips, I got chills in my face and then went down my head and it went down my entire body. And I noticed that it tasted differently. So share in the chat what you experienced in your glass, in your hand, wherever you are in the world right now, because I'm curious. Oh, I still feel the chills. It's like, I don't know if you can see that. Ooh, tastes nice. So good. My mood boosted high. My upper lip started twitching. Refreshed. Girl, I got chills going down my back while drinking it. Right? Isn't this so cool? It was my first thought, but it definitely felt different than drinking a normal glass of H2O for sure. Tastes so different. Yeah. Yeah. Because you know what? I don't do this very often, but I think I will now because sometimes I think it's just me, but this just confirmed the magic of water and speaking life into our manifestations and then ingesting it and basically fusing our thoughts and our like magic, our intention with our body. I'm still feeling chills. I felt it on my way the second I saw cat. Tastes amazing. Yeah, and I see you, some of you like still like, oh my God. It's a trip, right? I feel lighter now, had chills. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. I'm so glad we recorded this. But yeah, now you know a way that you can manifest. You don't need a journal. You don't need crystals, but I brought one in case like we would play. But next time you can just put the glass or the crystal inside the water and drink the water, do that and set the intention and drink. If you do it with plastic, it's not as powerful. That's why I have glass here. And that's probably why, right, Kelly, that you made it. Yeah. So yeah, I want to know how you guys feel after that. Now it's been like sitting in your body. I want to know what's happening. I see more teeth now than earlier. My view of water will never be the same. Yeah. Yeah. And guess what? Like we are water. So imagine if we're just programming that glass of water, what we could actually do when we are programming ourselves with words that match just like what we spoke into the water. Okay. And right here, we're done with that. I want to know like what questions you guys have and where you're at and like what you're feeling. My smoky quartz crystal bottle with water refreshed me so much. Yay! And that's to get one. Manifesting that. I want to do this for 30 days and test it. Girl, do it. Do it. And I'm sure like people will follow. I think that's a great idea. I would love to do that. Being more conscious when I'm drinking water, I'm literally going to speak good things every time before I drink. I don't care if other people think I'm crazy. Do it. Yeah, do it because who cares, right? Who cares? Who freaking cares? Like, okay, if you saw a girl at a restaurant and she's like waiting for her food and she's like, I'm so grateful and all the love that I have in my life and the abundance, I am just so grateful. And then watch her drink it. Would you think she's crazy or would you think, oh my God, I want to do that too? Can I sit with you? Can I sit with you and manifest with you? Like, I think that'd be fun. So I'm going to do it in public as well. Yes, let's do it. I want to do this every day. Be super. Girl, you know what? It'd be really fun. Maybe we can all do this together. We can, and I did that, like I started doing it last week with the breathing. I actually didn't I forgot because I do it right in the morning, my breathing. I shared a picture of my dog hanging off the bed, like, Mom, are you done? um, but yeah, what if we did this in our stories every day, or like pretty often? Like, don't be so hard on yourself if you forget a day. Just do it as the last glass of your night, and you can go to sleep with that in your body while your body refreshes and rejuvenates itself. Let's see. Yeah, send videos of us drinking the water in the chat. Yeah, let's do it. And then we've got a question here. Will ice be bad? I like my water cold. No, because water, it's programmable. Yeah, it's frozen. Okay, yeah, that's great. But we're so powerful, right? And then the ice will be surrounded by the water. So, it'll all melt together and they'll be friends with the intention. So it's not bad. And then also, just so you guys know, kind of a side note, there is no good or bad. It's just whatever we choose. And if you do believe that the ice will mesh in with the intention, then it will. Let's see, one more. I love this. I need to speak to my water more because that's all I drink. And just how I felt after this, I still feel, yeah, me too. It's like higher. It's higher. Anything else? Let's start a trend. Thank you. I'll say affirmations for every ice I put in. That's a good one. I love it. Yeah. Dude, yeah, let's start a trend because most people don't know the power of water. Most people don't know Dr. Masaru Emoto. Most people don't know that we're mostly water. They just think we're skin and bones and, skin suit, things like that. But our skin suit and our bones, they have water in it. But yeah, so I just love this. I had so much fun. I wanted to share that with you guys. And I mean, honestly, that's like all I have today. So I want to know what questions you guys have about this. Hydro crew, abundant crew. I love it. Yeah. Because water is magic and we are magic. And when we put it all together, magic happens. Okay, I don't see any questions, but Kelly, if you want to unmute and say something, you are so welcome. I am so grateful. This is so much fun. I just feel really good. I don't know. How do you guys feel?
That was amazing. I love that because like bringing that awareness in, it just changes everything. Like, I'm going to be so much more grateful now when I'm drinking my water. And I actually saw that doctor. I saw that once somewhere. I don't know if it was in a spiritual page meme or something, but I saw where they froze the water with different words and the different ways that it froze. So I'm thinking maybe I might even do that as an experiment at home just to see like what happens. I think that would be cool.
Yeah. Do you have a microscope?
I actually do. Weirdly. I actually do. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm definitely gonna check it out because I actually I ordered the microscope on Amazon and I never used it. I wanted to do it on the COVID test to see if I found something. But I never got around to it. So I'll probably do it with the water for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that'd be cool. And then you could share your pictures with us.
Yeah.
Be like the homemade, the DIY version.
Yeah. And it'll be from someone you guys know. So it's not like just the internet.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. We've got a question here. Even though we don't drink the shower water, we absorb it. What about when we shower, take a bath? Yeah, that's a good question. But I also think just setting, like when you go into the shower, like the shower is a little bit different because the water's still in the pipes. But you can say, to the shower head and to like the water coming through, I'm so grateful, or, thank you, and just program it that way. But then with the bath too, with the water, it's all sitting there. So that one's easier to program. It's just a bigger version of this. But yeah, honestly, it's truly what you believe and the energy that you put into it. Water represents abundance. Yes. I would say imagine and act as if you already have or living the life you dream of. Yeah. Ooh, Megan's saying, I like to listen to affirmations from YouTube in the shower and repeat them. Yes, that's great. As long as you feel good about those affirmations. I have seen people trying to force the affirmations on themselves, like, I am abundant. But then their mind says, except I have negative $45 in my bank, but I'm still abundant. Like, that's kind of creating chaos. So you can say more like, I am stepping into my abundance, or I am open to receiving abundance, and I am creating a new relationship with money, right? Because abundance isn't just money, but if you're stuck on, I'm abundant, but then I don't have money, then let's clear that first, and let's create something where there's no chaos and fear and non-clarity, and step into that clarity piece where there's less resistance to, I am stepping into my abundance and I'm creating a new relationship with money. There's less resistance to that with the amygdala. That's a part of our brain that tries to keep us small and keep us safe. We want to curb that and like drive around it versus try to push through, because it's just going to push back farther. But yeah, now girl, a lot of us shower with affirmations, which is great. But remember, like what I'm sharing with you is make sure that the affirmations feel good, like to you, okay? Because somebody's creating it. The other thing you could do is find affirmations for yourself, write it down, and then you could record your voice speaking the affirmations that feel really good to you. That's pretty powerful. So yeah. Okay, that's it. So I want to know here in the chat, go ahead and type here today, what is one thing you're going to do, an action step that you're going to do from, like, as a takeaway from this call? Go ahead and share below, what is one thing you're going to do as an action step, as a takeaway from today's call with manifesting with water. Let's speak good things to my water before I drink. Yeah. For me, while you guys are typing, I'm gonna look at my water, because normally I'll just shh and then drink, but I'm gonna look at it, connect with it, and then say gratitude. That's easy. I could do that. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. Speak a gratitude of something to it and then drink it. Maybe I'll teach my kids that. I think that'll be fun. I'll share that with you. Okay, action steps. We've got speak good things to my water before I drink water with intention, and write down my ideal wants. Write exact specific things I want to manifest. Yes. Be more intentional. I love that. So clear, so simple. Be more specific about what I want, my intention. I really like the restaurant example. You don't just say food, you say exactly what you want. Yep. Excuse me, have a glass of water and manifest each morning to set my mind for, excuse me, I'm burping from the water. Excuse me. Have a glass of water and manifest each morning to set my mind for a positive day. Yes. And for that, guys, if you are manifesting in the morning to create a positive day, let's be grateful for the gifts that we are given that day. If we get attached to just having just positive, chaos is going to come in to balance us out. And in order to keep the chaos away, let's be open, let's be grateful for the day. And that's just something, because there's a thing about toxic positivity, and I was living in there, and I'm doing everything I can to help balance the world, because toxic positivity is not fun. There's a lot of other stuff. That's another call. Activate my water with positivity and love while the molecules are alive. You're so cute. Yes. Molecules are alive. I like that example. Writing down my dream life, husband and career life after this call. Speak to my water every morning and night and be grateful for every positive moment. Yes. And let's be grateful for every negative moment too, because without the negative, we don't learn, we don't rise, right? And so let's be grateful for all the negative things, all of the terrible, horrible things, because we grew from them, we expanded from them, we evolved through them. So again, let's include the other side. The other side of the coin, I don't have a coin, but the other side of the coin of positivity is negativity, and the positive side of fantasy is reality. So let's bring everything together so that we can move forward instead of getting stuck on the side that we don't want to. Okay. Yep. Okay. I think I got all of it with extra, guidance and teaching. But I love, 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 love that we had the opportunity to share this experience with the chills, because that was crazy. And I also feel like doing it together with our shared energy connected really helped to amplify the energy with that. So I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for showing up to this call. My calls are basically like this, like the flow is basically like this, and I would love to incorporate more fun things. So if you have any ideas for me of what you want to do, what you want to explore, just send me your questions and that'll spark an idea for me as well. I love teaching. Thank you for being here and allowing me to share my gifts and be in my highest values. This is so much fun. Yes. And so again, I'm in the chat. I'm also on Instagram. I'm right here. I'm not like too good for anything. Like, I'm here because I love you and I want to help Kelly co-create this space. There's just so much here and we're just getting started. So thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Share this community, share this call. And I love you all. So have a beautiful day and I will see you in the chat.